Hi guys, so this video is going to go into a little detail on programming for the gym, how we program and why we program, and hopefully by the end of it give you a little bit of insight into the sort of workouts to expect as you come through the week and how to approach a week of training and then a general training block as well. So one of the first things to understand about training and programming is that the general goal of any programming is to get you and as many of you healthier and fitter by the end of the training cycle as possible. With that in mind, one of the biggest drivers of improving health and fitness is consistency over an extended period of time, and this is far more important than intensity or volume of training. So it doesn't matter how hard you train or how much you train if you can't train consistently for an extended period of time. So given this focus on consistency, one of the things that we need to manage is how hard you train, the intensity that you train at. If you come in and train as hard as you can all the time, very quickly you'll burn out. And essentially what you're doing is you're not giving yourself enough time to rest and recover, which is where training adaptations are made. That's not to say we don't want you coming in and training. It's just that if you come in and train as hard as you can on a Monday, Tuesday should then be an easier day. And this can be in a way where you come in on a Monday and perhaps it's heavy back squats, whereas Tuesday might be a lighter, high volume upper body session. Or if you look at the workouts, Monday might have been a very intense, hard workout. Tuesday becomes a slightly easier workout or a longer workout where you don't have as extreme an intensity. And by alternating high intensity days with low intensity days or high volume days with low volume days, you manage your intensity and manage your training fatigue and allow your body to adapt to what you were doing the day before. So to facilitate this in the programming, we split the workouts up into three main categories. You have practice days, training days, and competition days. Practice days are very much what they sound like. There'll be a particular element we want you to practice, and this is normally to do with skill acquisitions. This could be something like double unders or rope climbs. Whereas a training day is much more about the adaptation we're trying to create with that workout. So this is the sort of day you more like to see intervals. You'll see elements like the row, the run, the ski, and we're trying to create a fitness capacity within you. Lastly, you'll have competition days, and these are the days where it's really just about testing yourself. These are the days that really are intense, and you are meant to go hard on these days. So these are the don't hold anything back days, and these are open style workouts or hero workouts or named workouts like Karen or Kelly or Helen. Those are the typical ones that you might see in the class programming. In terms of how these fall within the week, typically we'll try and have one or two, but normally two competition style workouts in the week, and then it's one or two practice and one or two training. The general split tends to be two competition, two training, and one practice workout. So when the programming is published, it's worth having a look and identifying which days are competition, training, and practice, and so you can understand when you come into the gym what to expect from the workout that day. If you come in on a practice-based workout day, this isn't the day that you really want to be going as hard as possible. This is the day where you're really looking to develop or perfect a technique, such as the clamp on the rope climb. Whereas if you come in on competition day, today's not the best day to try and take it easy. Unless you have an injury or you're managing something like that, today is the day that you really do want to push yourself and understand the day that follows a competition day, you can still come in and train, but today is probably going to be the easier day that you take in the week. As a final note on competition days, these days really aren't about competing against each other. We're relatively lucky that we have quite a supportive competitive environment, and competitiveness is a really useful thing to drive intensity. Intensity is a fantastic thing to drive fitness, but it's not about necessarily comparing yourself to each other. It's about comparing yourself to yourself and testing yourself in a way that we don't really get tested in our day-to-day lives. It's very rare that you get put in a physically testing situation like you can in some of the workouts that we go through, and I think collectively we're quite lucky to be able to go through these experiences. So that's probably one of the more important things to understand about the competition side of it. As long as there is a clock going and we are looking for you to record your score and ultimately put yourself on a leaderboard, it's one of the useful things about that is that it drives intensity though, and that's the real thing to understand. Whether or not you're the first person to finish or the last person to finish on the competition days, treat it as a supportive environment, and it's driving towards creating this adaptation that we're looking for. Ultimately, we want you to leave healthier and fitter, ideally happier, and hopefully it'll be one of the best parts of your day. So hopefully I've kept this brief enough and interesting enough. If you have any questions, just chuck them in the comments and I'll get back to you individually. And if there are any topics that need more discussion, I'll be happy to record more videos on whatever comes back.